Welcome to the Neko-Alpha show live from Tokyo, bringing you the Japan-related NFT Alpha and more from the United Neko Alliance on the ground here in Japan. I'm Reno, here with my co-hosts and United Neko Alliance co-founders, Neil and Steve.
Hey, GM, Neil here.
GM.
In today's show, as per usual, we'll have a Spaces recap, and we'll include some community discussion about things that have been going on here in the past few weeks, and a little bit of a mention of upcoming stuff. And then we will move on to the alpha. Before we start, please remember this is not financial advice. Do your own research. This is our commentary and info sharing, and hopefully it's a little bit entertaining as well. So with that, I'll turn it over to Steve, and let's talk Spaces.
Yeah, we had a really great Spaces on Tuesday. We had two really good guests joining us. First, we had Edolena-san, who does so many things in the space. She is a singer, and her music, and she's a V singer and VTuber. Her music was featured at the Wave 3 party on Wednesday last week. Here's a recording of that. Actually, it was on the stage at the club, and it was really cool. Check that out. Her singing is amazing. The choreography is amazing. It's really cool. So that's one thing she does. Another thing she does is you can hear a little bit of that there. She makes music NFTs. She's got a collection called Kawaii, which has minted out recently. You can see these here. Kyoso is one of the pieces that she had. But all original music and original songs that you can buy and use. So it's very cool. And she's also a fashion NFT creator. She's got her own wearable line, Edolena. So it's part of sort of very similar to some of the outfits that she has in her V-Singer, VTuber videos. But it's her newest venture into new things. So those are the big things she's doing. She's also got a party coming up on Saturday evening Japan time. I think it is 9 p.m., 10 p.m. Japan time. I think that's
10:30.
1:30. Sorry, 1:30 UTC, which is an hour. It's basically UK time. So you can do the math on that. But I'm going to jump into that. That's a metaverse party on Decentraland that she's going to be hosting.
Yeah, and if anyone wants to hear her music, she let us use one of her full tracks as our closing song for Spaces. So check that out. It appears in about the last 3 minutes of the Spaces recording, so you can hear a full song there.
Yep. And then we were also joined by Maple NFT, Maple-san. He is a guy in Toronto, Canada, an advisor for a project called Otaku Club. And we like Otaku Club because it's inspired by the anime and manga of Japan. He's very much into that art and that style, and their artist is inspired by that. And they're very interested in doing more stuff with creators in Japan. So we had a good conversation. They are minting out a Genesis collection of 2000. Mint is July 25th, so it's coming up. One of the things that they have is this Shinkai notion, which is the Shinkai is like different people in the community can vote on some of the things that they're going to be doing, some of the the direction of the project, some of the traits and post mint trait changing that some of their community wants to do. They can vote on that. So that's something pretty interesting. They also are they've got a contest that ended on the 20th. So ending Wednesday, July 20th. So ended by the time this is you might be listening to this. they've got two things. They've got a music matsuri contest where they're asking music makers to submit their original songs, and a otaku trait contest, so asking artists to join that and contribute some traits of their art. So it's very interesting. It's stuff that we really like. It's new, kind of pushing the envelope on new things for a project. So and pushing the envelope on collaboration. So we kind of like that. So those were the two guests that joined us, and then Manimosphere-san, a good friend of the Neko Alliance and regular contributor, regular guest on the show. We talked to her about a lot of the stuff that was going on with Blockchain Week in Japan, all of the events. She was maybe at everything. We were kind of at a few of them here and there, but I think she was at basically everything. And she posted a lot of things on Twitter about that.
So this looks like the NFT Summit from day 2 on last Thursday, and then the Web3 conference on Friday. I see Sunrock there, and Strawberry from 21st.
Yep, and Mrs. San is in there as well.
Yeah.
Shout out to another friend of the project.
And then Sunday or Monday. Was this? Oh, Sunday. Sorry. Blue Chip Party Japan. So we had Clonex, Apes, Azuki Doodles sort of represented there, sort of displayed there. It was kind of pitched as a blue chip party, but I think a lot of people thought that you needed to be a holder to come, so attendance was a little sparse. There was like,
but it was really the format was really cool because. Sorry, Neil. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
The format was pretty cool. They were they had different panels, and they were talking about different projects and talking about the NFT NYC, talking about what was going on, and kind of almost introducing maybe a new audience in Japan to what's going on around the world with these big projects and some of the things that are happening. So it was, I like the format and the way it was sort of educational for people. I guess, yeah, I think you're right. Could have been more people there maybe learning, but I like the format that Yusan, who was the organizer, did for that. And Manimosphere, of course, was one of the people on one of the panels. That was really cool to hear what she was saying.
Yeah, and then after that, also Sunday was the wrap up for the Crypto Art Fest that had been going on for several days. Final panel there with Amy from Galverse on it. I stopped by that one with Marty, and then Monday was the Azuki party. And that was really the end, but the final bow ribbon on the Japan Blockchain Week was the NFTers Tokyo Meetup last night, which was plenty of fun, and lots of people showed up for that.
Yeah, that was an amazing event. So yeah, if you're gonna make an event in Tokyo, make it NFTers Tokyo. It's very good.
Yeah, we've been doing it bi-weekly. That's not set in stone, but I think we'll keep doing that for a while. The next one is scheduled again at the same place 2 weeks from yesterday. So Tuesday, August 2nd, again at the Trunk Hotel. And I guess we'll move into the Alpha next.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Yeah, so here we are with the week ranking for NFT collection ranking in Japan. Number 1 with a bullet, Megami NFT minted this week. And so that's 9.6K items. So this was an interesting mint. It was all allow list. And so there was two rounds. The first round of a allow list so came in like I think it was 5 waves. So it was a Dutch auction, and everything was revealed right up front. So you could go to their website and basically browse through and see all of the art and then sort of think which one you'd like to get. And then if you were on the allow list, it was released sort of like 2,000 at a time. And then that clock would start ticking on the Dutch auction for that wave. So the price would slowly be going down. And, within it would be some one of ones and some other ones. So people were very busy sort of figuring out what they wanted to bid on, what their price point was going to be. So I think the idea was that they would uh, reduce flipping. First of all, that they thought that they would pretty much reduce botting with this method because it was all allow list, and that also have less flipping because people were getting the chance to sort of think about which Megami they want to own and what they want to pay for it. And you can see. So the floor here is 0.11. So it peaked at about I think it was up to 0.2, but it was this is still the Dutch auction, as with most Dutch auctions, it usually settles down pretty quickly to the bottom price. So I think a few people might have paid higher, but certainly higher for the one of ones. But I
So
think a
Neil,
lot of the yeah.
yeah, Neil, it's kind of interesting. It's sort of like if you wanted to get your pick of the traits and maybe have a PFP that you really liked, you could join in an earlier stage, pay more, and basically have your pick of what kinds of traits you wanted. Is that sort of how it worked out? The people who are willing to pay a little more were able to get the
Well,
image of
I
their
think
choice.
it was the Dutch auction. So, I mean, usually with the Dutch auction, people are like, there's some FOMOing to sort of pay. Some people pay higher because they want to just get one. But I think here it was more to get the one you like. So,
Right.
uh,
Interesting new
yeah,
concept.
so
Yeah.
that's interesting. You'd be seeing the one you like. It's still there. It's available to mint, and you're like, well, what do I want to wait for it to go all the way down to the '08, or do I want to risk someone else grabbing it? Um, and the Dutch auction was happening in waves. So the first 2,000 were ticking down in price, and then an hour later the other ones start. So it was staggered. So it wasn't all the same price for everything at the same time in the Dutch auction. So I think it would have been pretty. I wasn't on the allow list, so I didn't get to sort of experience that. But then they went through and that first uh, pass through minted out about 6,500, I think. And then what they did was open up. They put out a call for a second allow list. They called it the wait list, and that was they opened that up and it was immediately full, like within minutes. So there was a lot of demand, and then that second allow list, the wait list, uh, took place the next morning, and it was minted out very, very quickly. So I think a very successful approach to doing a mint. And looking in the Discord, overall, the people commenting on that liked how it was done, and the price is holding pretty steady. So I think a lot of kudos to Megami for trying something a little bit different and pulling it off successfully. So that's yeah. Um, yeah, we see even Marty Mo picked one up here. She's rocking that as her PFP now. So moving along, we've got number 2, CNP Jobs. So Crypto Ninja Partners. Says it's a derivative project by 𝗗𝗓𝗏. And so it's basically taking the Crypto Ninja Partner art and giving people like little job uniforms and stuff. And it's a derivative project, but it's 11.1K items. Ownership's a little low at 3K, but holding 0.18 floor. So this just keeps amazing me how the whole crypto ninja community just keeps pumping out projects, and with quite a number of pieces in them, and they all get, they instantly get bought. The floor stays pretty robust. It's an amazing community. Here's the artist, 𝗗𝗓𝗩𝗔𝗩. And moving along, we've got, what number was that? That was, so number 6, Kawaii Meta Collage, Opera meets Metaverse, supported by Mitsubishi Estate. So, nice name. I think
really flows nice and easy.
Rolls off the tongue. The tongue. It minted out. Floor price 06. I don't actually know what the mint price was. It's pre-reveal. So here's the Twitter. You can get a hint of the art up there. So founder Ryodo-tan. So that's Ryoko Take. And she's a professor at Globus University, lecturer of Toyo University and Ferris University, opera singer. So I think she kind of probably produced this. The artist is Kazushi Fuji. You can see some stuff here. And then it says Mitsubishi Group supporting. We don't know how or why, but they wanted to get their name into the title.
Nice corporate stamp of approval on this project.
Yeah. So really no background on this. I think, but it does say jump into the metaverse. So Mitsubishi Estate is, Mitsubishi Jisho is one of the very, very big companies that's doing development of office towers and stuff and the like. So this could have something to do with a sort of a play into, I think Morty and some of the other ones are also looking at different sort of AR, VR type things with visualization of parts of Tokyo, especially the properties that they own. So this could tie into it.
Yeah, it's a good take.
So we'll have to, we'll see how that plays out. So my next one I've got here is just going to mention that Edo 2022, which we covered last week, has still not revealed, but we see that there's a AMA on at it says the 19th, Tuesday. Oh, that was yesterday or Wednesday 20th. So it's we're recording on Wednesday today, so that would be later. And it says it will be in part 1 Japanese and part 2 English and Chinese. So I guess they'll be talking about what they're going to be doing with their project and maybe when it's going to reveal. So that's that one. Then we've got, I saw this at number 18, Waka'S illustration. So here's another example. So this is an art NFT collection, but we see this occasionally, like some of these have been, minted 9 months or more ago. So this is not new art, but it suddenly popped into the rankings. So that means probably an announcement. And sure enough, if we look at the Twitter here, we see just a couple hours ago, collaboration with Waka and mystery collaborator. So something's coming, and probably being a holder is going to be useful for getting on a whitelist or something. So some people know about it, and information should be coming on that very soon. And so that's sort of going through the rankings. But I thought the final thing I want to touch on here is Yama from. I think we mentioned this also in. We mentioned it in Spaces both this week and last week. But this is coming up this week. Yama-san is releasing on Avax Joepeg marketplace, Joepeg's marketplace, and he will be the first Japanese artist there. So Steve and I were on, the project's called Look Friends. Steve and I were on Spaces there, and Mrs. NFT was there, and Yama was there, and he sort of introduced himself, and it looks like there's some anticipation for his drop, so we'll have a look on how that goes.
Also covered, sorry to interrupt, also covered last week in episode 20, a little bit more detail on that project if anyone wants to check into that, get some more info.
Right. Yeah. Thanks, Reno. Yeah. So that's, and if you want to mint it, that is tomorrow. So
the bridge over to Avax. Bridge over to Avax.
And, bridge over to Avax. And,
I think one quick thing, we don't know the minting price. Is it a free mint? I don't remember seeing.
It's not a free mint, but I haven't seen the price, so I would think it'd be like one or two Avax. Yeah, no mention of the price. So that's it for the alpha.
All right then. So we covered most of the community news earlier, but one last mention of the NFTers number 5, right?
That'll be number 5, yes.
Yeah. So coming up 2 weeks from yesterday. So that will be, as you mentioned, August 2nd. So we'll be talking about it again. If you're in the Tokyo area, definitely join that. Excellent networking, and I think it's pretty much just growing every time, right?
Pretty much, yeah. We probably had 50, 60 people there yesterday. So the Trunk Hotel lounge is really spacious, so it's not crowded at all, and we could easily expand out a bit more if we get a few more people. But it was nice. It was a good size. You really get around to talk to a lot of people, and so many interesting people coming. And a good, almost everybody is doing something in Web3 or NFTs. So it's really an experienced crowd. And, I'd say maybe 10% of the people are sort of like new to NFTs and want to meet people and learn about it. And, they're ecstatic to step into such an experienced crowd. And it's really a good vibe. A lot of fun.
And generally bilingual, right? If your English isn't great, plenty of people who speak Japanese and vice versa, correct?
Yes, that's totally true. I'd say more English speakers than not, but there's every meetup we've had a bunch of Japanese people that some of whom are not strong English speakers, and they've at first they're like, oh, what did I just step into? But then they quickly realize that almost everybody speaks Japanese, and so everybody has fun and gets to meet people and do some cool networking.
Excellent. Yeah, so definitely check that out if you're in the Tokyo area, or if you're in Japan and you want a reason to visit Tokyo, come on down. All right, so I guess that covers everything for the day. On to the plugs and the shout outs. Definitely subscribe here on YouTube. Give us a like. And we have passed 100 subscribers now, which is a good milestone. And things are going to keep going up. Any shout outs we want to give beyond the usual, of course, Spaces. Always a shout out to NFT JPN and Sophie over there. 𝗗𝗘𝗧𝗔𝗩𝗘 for always joining in, helping us with translation as needed. And you guys have any other shout outs?
I think that's it. I would like to mention that our next spaces, on next Tuesday, we're going to have a kind of interesting big announcement about our own projects. So definitely try to make it Tuesday, 10 a.m. Japan time.
Yep, absolutely. It's 10 a.m. Japan time on Tuesday, Monday evenings in North America, 6 p.m. on the West Coast, 9 p.m. on the East Coast. So definitely tune in for that. Interesting announcement coming up, and always a great conversation. I guess other shout outs would be to our other regulars. Marimo Sphere has been joining us every time and brings great perspective and comments, and Mrs. NFT as well as a regular guest and speaker in the spaces. And it's also Denjin K also joining us often in spaces. And so it's as we've intended, it's building up a nice little community here in the Japan space, but also keeping it international as well, which is exactly what we wanted to do. So coming together.
And let's not forget our all-star 𝗗𝗘𝗧𝗔𝗩𝗘 who joins us as well.
Yep. Right then. So yeah, follow us on Twitter. You'll find all the important links to our project in Twitter bio, including Discord. And so jump in there, join the conversation there, and hit those Web 2 portals. We'll push through into Web 3. And I think that's everything. Let's wrap it. All right, let's talk over the outro. It's fun. Hopefully the operator's playing the outro. Anyone else want to talk over the outro with me? Just me?